He's Lincoln born and Lincoln raised. He's now a national champion. Darius Luff, the NCAA's 110-meter hurdles champion. What is that? Just hearing that, Darius, what do you think?
I mean, it's like a dream come true, you know? I mean, I've been watching that meet with my dad growing up every year, and to know, like, I always had the dream of it happening and there was a possibility, but to have it finally happen is like, I can't even wrap my mind around it.
What have the past 72 hours been like for you? I'm sure there's probably been some sleepless nights just replaying everything that's occurred.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've watched the video of it probably 200 times at this point. It's just unreal the amount of support that I've gotten from the Nebraska community in general. There's so many people messaging me. My kindergarten teacher messaged me and said how proud she was of me, and that's so cool to see that all those people were watching and cheering me on.
Explain to me the race. It was close. You won by 1/100th of a second. When you crossed the finish line, did you know you had first place?
I had an idea. I thought I had it, but I had to lean pretty hard. I had to wait for the board because I didn't know for sure. But the first, they called us back because they shot the gun and then there was some movement, so they had to call us back. And that start was not very good, in my opinion. That would have been a little tougher to win with. And then we got to go again, and that start was 10 times better. And I'm a closer, so my last 5 hurdles are usually my best. And knowing I got out the way I did and kind of led the whole way, I mean, there's not many people I think that could run me down after a start like that.
Did you know you were in the front at the very end there? Because the race happened so fast, Darius. When you guys are hitting those final few meters, do you know that you're in first and you've got a chance?
Yeah, I knew I was in first. I could feel it the whole race. Coming off the last hurdle, I could feel that Jacoby Tharp was closing in on me or getting close, so that's why I had to lean so hard. But I had an idea that I won, but I have very bad luck with photo finishes, so I had to wait to make sure and look at the board and make sure that I won it.
You're right about that restart.
Yeah.
You know, when you heard the second gun, so you guys are going to go back, did you think, whew, that's good news for you?
Oh, I was so happy. I felt like my first step, I could already see everyone in front of me. So to know we got a retry helped me so much.
There's a really awesome photo of your arms in the air, and I'm assuming that's the moment in which you knew you were a national champion. What were the emotions of that moment?
I mean, like I said, I've been dreaming about it for so long, and to finally see my name on that board in first place, and especially with the time, a PR, I mean, I didn't even know what to think in the moment. All I could do is put my hands in the air and kind of just have a sigh of relief that I finally did it after so many years.
Darius, is not very often a Lincoln person or anybody from this immediate area wins a national championship in track and field. It's not known as a track and field community that can do something this big. What do you think that your achievement means for all the kids training right now?
I mean, I think it just shows that it doesn't matter where you're from or anything like that. If you put the work in, anything is possible. I mean, I was just a kid from Lincoln for so many years. Out of high school, I had one of the top times in the nation, but not a lot of people offered me scholarships or kind of believed in me. Nebraska did, and it worked out. And I've got a lot of messages on Instagram from kids in the Nebraska area in high school that say they hurdle because of me. So it's a good feeling, and it just shows that you can be from anywhere and make things happen.
That's awesome. I remember covering you when you were at Lincoln High playing football on that really successful team in 2019, 2018. How did that kid, if you go back to your high school days, become a national champion?
I mean, I always worked hard as a kid, but me and my dad have been working towards this dream since I was 6 years old, running summer track. And there were days where I'd go to the pool, and then my dad would get off work, and I would ask him, can we not practice today? And then we would still practice, and it all started with days like that,
There's a shot of your dad, the camera. I'm sure you're aware that the TV broadcast cut to your dad in the stands.
Yeah.
What has he shared with you? Because he was alongside you step for step through this entire journey, Darius.
Yeah, I mean, he just said he's the most proud dad, and I mean, that feels good to hear, and I mean, that's what you do it for, is to make your parents proud. So, I mean, there's no better feeling.
What was your official time? 13?
19.
13:19.
Yeah.
You went into nationals with a top 20 time in the world in that event. So I assume Olympic trials are next for you?
Yep, that'll be here in 2 weeks. I'll be heading back to Oregon again and hopefully keep this thing going.
What do you have to do for your body to help you, stay in great shape and get prepared to compete in attempts of hoping to run in Paris?
Yeah, not much different from the week before nationals, kind of just tuning things up, trying to, because at this point in the season, you're not really tearing your body down or doing hard workouts, and more about just fine-tuning things. So it'll be about the same as what we did the week before nationals, kind of just fixing the little things, because as perfect as a race it was, technically it wasn't a perfect race, so there's still things to work on. So just going to get the body more fresh and ready to go.
What do you think about your chances of representing the United States in the upcoming games?
I mean, I think time-wise, I'm right there. I can compete with all those guys. I mean, Grant Holloway's kind of a different animal as far as the rest of us, but I think when I get around better competition, it just raises my level. So I think I'd take my chances against anyone. So
what do you have to do? What are you going to treat yourself to, Darius? How do you celebrate a national championship?
I'm not a big. It doesn't feel much different to me. I still feel like the same person. I'm not going to do much different. I'll just hang out with my girlfriend, hang out with family, and kind of just stay low key.
Kick it in Lincoln.
Yeah.
That's what, and not many national champions get to do what you do. So congratulations again. Thanks so much for the time. He's Darius Luff, a 2024 national champion in the 110-meter hurdles.